Hi, friends. Today we're starting a new book called Gooseberry Park. By one of my very favorite authors. Her name is Cynthia Rylant, and I think you're going to love this book. She dedicated it to Caitlin, Kushner, and Kona. And we have a table of contents. Find out who all of these characters are shortly. And chapter 1 is called A New Nest. Here we go. Chapter 1, A New Nest. Who is that? Let's find out. All new mothers have a nesting instinct, even human mothers who haven't any idea how to build a nest. While human mothers are waiting for their babies to be born, their nesting instinct causes them to do the silliest things, such as taking all the pots out of one cabinet and all of the pans out of another and switching them. Human mothers don't know why they are doing this, except that some little voice inside their heads is saying, "Keep busy, keep busy." A sensible rabbit mother who hears this little voice will simply pluck her fur with her teeth to make a nice warm baby bed for the near future. But a mixed-up human mother will just wander about her kitchen sweeping her cabinets for no reason at all. Thus it was a good thing that Stumpy was a squirrel. She knew a nesting instinct when she felt one, and she knew what to do about it. For many days now, every part of her red squirrel body had been shouting, "Keep busy, keep busy." And was she ever keeping busy? For the newest nest she was building, she had collected the choicest twigs and the finest leaves, and because she was sure of what was about to happen, bits of the pink-dotted, blue-flowered, or green-starred material that could be had by a little digging in the can behind the town sewing shop. One morning, she had even happened upon a bit of cloth decorated with pictures of little red squirrels carrying small brown nut sacks, and she nearly fainted away. It was better than she could have hoped for her new babies. And new babies indeed were what she was about to have. Babies to love, to keep clean, to bring up close against her fur in the dark night. Stumpy was about to become a mother, and oh, was she proud. And busy. Quite busy. Carefully she lined her new nest with the twigs, the leaves, and the bits of beautiful cloth. She had recently moved from an old locust tree on the south side of Gooseberry Park to a pin oak on the east side. She had moved because, like most who live alone, Stumpy had been rather relaxed about her housekeeping, and her old nest had become difficult to move around in. You see, Stumpy was a collector, and her nest was full of treasures. She had tremendous energy, and after she had found as many acorns and pine cones as could be eaten by one squirrel, she burned up the rest of her energy by collecting things. Stumpy collected these things: tabs from soda pop cans, empty yogurt cups, gum wrappers, coins, ice cream sticks, straws, feathers, pretty pebbles, little balls lost by children, nuts, bolts, screws, and tacks, twist ties, and rubber bands. Her most beautiful treasure of all, though, had been a lovely watch that glowed in the dark. 2 winters ago she had found it lying on top of a picnic table. She took it to her nest and didn't realize until that evening what a marvel it was. For as darkness came, the watch began to shine, and Stumpy's nest became bathed in a soft green light. Animals who passed at night were drawn to it. Everyone came to see it, and news spread far and wide of the glow-in-the-dark nest in Gooseberry Park. Can you see Stumpy? And there is the watch she found that glows in the dark. Unfortunately, the news spread too far and too wide, and someone came one day and stole that watch from Stumpy's nest. Stumpy never found it again, though for weeks she sat high in her tree at night and looked out over the park, hoping to see that soft green glow, but she never did. Still, Stumpy had other treasures, in fact, too many treasures, and her collection had gotten out of control. Stumpy knew that no self-respecting mother of several children could have her baby sleeping among wood screws and twist ties. So she found a new tree and built a clean nest and organized her collection to give plenty of room for her babies. Her friend Kona would be proud of her house cleaning. Each time she collected something new, Kona would say to her, "Stump, you've got too many things." And she would answer, "Not things, treasure." And Kona would say, "Stump, my owner, Professor Albert, has a chess set crafted in pure silver, a crystal punch bowl, a set of Limoges china. That's treasure." Well, what could a Labrador dog know about treasure anyway, thought Stumpy. Kona was a good friend, a fine friend, but he had no imagination. If he had, he'd be living in the park collecting feathers and balls instead of sitting in a boring ranch house with Professor Albert. Stumpy had babies and copper pennies and even the chance of finding another glow-in-the-dark watch to look forward to. She went on carefully layering her maple leaves and flowered cloth and green twigs into a safe, warm pocket. Her friend Kona might not regard gum wrappers and ice cream sticks as treasure, but Stumpy knew the noble dog would not mistake the priceless value of the new life in the tall pin oak tree, the tree that for her would be a harbor in the storm, the tree that her own babies would call home. We'll stop there, and we'll read chapter 2 tomorrow.